personally, I got tired of listening to him after the word explosive.
God, Mordecai, you're such a lie.
Explosives. All right, that was a good question.
Ouch.
Do we have questions from the audience? Or
Well, one more for Krieg, and then we shall take some from the audience. So, we have somebody wondering, what do you think Krieg was before he became a psycho?
I think he probably made baguettes in a small village somewhere, and had a delivery service, and he probably had a young wife that was taken from him, and offered him some relief, and I don't know. What was he before? Yeah, he was just a regular guy, just like you and me. He was a gamer. He liked to play. He liked to. I don't know. It's tough to say. I think it's fascinating. I love doing both voices. The sane voice, which the sane voice doesn't lend. It doesn't give you any sort of idea. I mean, in terms of the backstory, it doesn't give you a sense of what he was. Only the sense of who he was. And he seems to be a sensitive and thoughtful young man. So how that gets to Krieg, I don't know. That's a backstory that needs to be told. Yeah?
Oh, hell yeah. So, do we have any questions from the audience? We got a guy over there. Come here. Mordecai, do your job.
Oh, my job. This is my job.
Yeah, this is for Mr. Rager. Did you change your name after you became Mr. Talk, or has Rager always been your surname?
Technically, my last name is Rager, but because Rager sounds really cool, and that I do work in anime and video games, I no longer correct anybody, as I often did throughout my entire life. It's Rager, it's Rager, it's Rager, and so I don't do that anymore. Rager's fine with me, but yes, technically it is a hard G, Rager.
That's fine.
It's a gift.
How many like it?
You have to leave. We're just stand in the corner. Think about what you said.
Do we have any more audience questions? No? Okay then.
Yeah.
Panel is 20 minutes shorter, y'all.
Where is he?
We got more, it's fine. Well, I was just gonna ask you to do voice lines, but I feel bad doing that. So, someone wanted to know, if you could design a weapon, what type and what element would it be? And this is for all three of you.
Well, as one who played the game, did you play the game, Ian, Dameon? Not Ian. I don't know. Dameon?
I did play the game.
Yeah, did you enjoy it? Did you play it all the way through with like groups of people?
I played.
You played the Zero. And how?
Zero's lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does have good lines. Yeah.
I love it.
You will not see me coming.
Design a weapon. I think they covered a lot of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you?
I'm not sure if I can
improve. Yeah, how do you improve? One that shot rainbows, I think, would have been a good one, because that game is so ridiculous that it'll actually fit in there, and that would be like the most deadly weapon.
Right.
That shot puppies and rainbows.
I think I would choose an elemental weapon that used all elements. So, like, no matter what I was fighting,
like earth, wind, and fire.
If I was fighting humans, you want fire, right? If you're fighting robots, you want corrosion, right? So I just want them all with a little extra slag on top. Slag slows you down, gives you more.
No,
it's more damage.
I know. I played the game, Chris. I played the game. Let's just try to get through this panel, man. Seriously, do not.
I think Krieg, with all of his Tasmanian devilishness, would enjoy swinging.
Did you play the game?
A motorized,
Jason?
No.
That was a very quick answer.
Does that mean I get to stop talking?
No, I just wanted to know if you played it or not.
No, I
Jason has children, so he has things to do.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking of like a giant scythe, something he could just like swing in a very. Yeah. Yes. But very quickly. Take out legs, limbs.
Thank you. Here's a very simple question for all three of you. Would you like a chocolate chip cookie?
I don't want everything that passed out that one time. Sorry, I'll take this one. Here, cookie. There we go.
I'm simply delighted by the offer, but I'll pass. Thank you.
It's all good. It's all good. I haven't laced them with anything.
Really?
Oh, they already did.
Rule number 1.
They already did. So if I lace them with anything, they're all screwed. So, you already answered that one. Borderlands 3. You got one?
There's a question.
One? Here you go. Mordecai did.
Mordecai.
Do the thing. I got the thing. Come on, fella, come on. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I've got a question for all three of you. What is the most powerful line that you spoke in the game that hit you on an emotional level?
Ooh, what's a line in the game that gave you a little bit of emotion there? Kind of rocked your world there, Dameon.
When I asked Helena Pierce if somebody took a belt sander to her face. That really got me! Got me right here!
I think one line in there that got put in one of the DLCs that I felt kind of proud of. I was like, yeah, let's say this, which was respecting women is badass. That was mine.
That's weird, right? Yeah. I invested 1,000% in all of those lines.
I've got the shiniest meat bicycle.
I feel like that really means something to him personally. I'm not sure though if he's,
I'm the conductor of the poop train.
I feel like that's something out of his early childhood, like that was the 4-year-old Krieg just sort of pushing through. Yeah. Oh, they're gonna love it. Hey, wait till they get a load of me. No, not yet.
Yeah. I will briefly say, I love this one's necklace. Exactly the same as mine.
So if you were living in a post-apocalyptic world, mine specifically, would you eat crumpets or salad?
What's the first one? Would I eat what?
If you were living in my post-apocalyptic world, would you rather have crumpets or the horror that is salad?
I'll go for a crumpet. Yeah. That's why I'm going to go for it.
It is a griddle cake covered in flour. It is this. That is a crumpet. You toast it and you cover it in butter. Yeah.
I kind of feel like this is supposed to be possible. We got Brexit, Donald Trump. Shit show. Good. Done.
Yeah.
They're officially taking over. It's done.
I want off this planet.
We're all stressed.
Yeah, I want off this planet.
Oddly enough, Dameon really had to do a lot of acting. They didn't really tell me not to do anything.
Because we are on the topic of Handsome Jack, and I'm sure you get this a lot, but I really gotta ask, because you're here, please would you say Bud Stallion says hello?
No. Butt Stallion, here girl. Butt Stallion says hello. Well, I think when I was auditioning for it, and they had me read the, so this guy comes up to me in New Haven, right? And I'm paraphrasing. And he comes at me with a spoon. A freaking spoon! So I gouge his stupid little eyeballs out with it, and his kids are like, wah! and he's bumping into stuff, and I don't know. The moral of the story is you're a total bitch.
Thank you so much. Well, we might as well ask the other two as well. Please recite us a couple of your favored lines. Like, I understand that you probably got more than one, so any line that you particularly like. This is, yeah, it's pretty open.
Keep your chin up so I can smash it with a hammer.
Inspiration with Krieg.
That was a tepid response.
Well, oddly enough, he based his character off Randy Macho Man Savage. And when I went into audition, they had Randy Macho Man Savage as a picture. So I just kind of like went here with it, and he went like here with it, you know. So it's like we're on the opposite ends of the Macho Man.
I would say mine was Macho Man was part of it. The other one was like Vincent D'Onofrio from Men in Black 2. You know, yeah. That's where a lot of the weird, like he's like not really in the proper skin. He hasn't fit into the man suit quite well enough. Excuse me, where do you keep your dad? I don't know. Is that
What was the name of that character in that show? He was like, they made him a, but he made him a, they're like, Edgar. They made him like, made him an Edgar suit. The cockroaches anyway, that's one of the lines. Shut up. Right. Sorry, I watch a lot of movies. Yes, Rager is fine. I'm cool with that. Right, you don't even call me Chris. That's out. I'm like Madonna.
Hey, how about Madonna?
Right?
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
The VMA?
Yeah. Right. She's all. I told them.
Comes out in the African garb.
Right. I think I saw in one of the late night shows that said she looked like a gypsy wind chime. Right.
Oh my God! I keep thinking like she was trying. She is, right? She's just trying.
Right. Well, at least she dropped the British accent.
Thank God.
Right. She was very Jersey in that moment.
Tournament. Well,
Yes.
tournament.
Yeah.
The world's on fire. Madonna still sucks.
Here is a philosophical question. What is the meaning of life?
42!
Yeah.
That is correct.
Well.
Chicks and money?
That is also.
No, I'm asking you. There's a question mark on the end of it. I don't know. What's the meaning of what's the meaning of life? Yeah, I'll stick. Yeah, that sounds good to me. What's the next question? Jason, do you want to put some toppings on that? A little sprinkles and cherry. All right. You know what was funny? Doing panels with Ashley Birch, because she is so
I've met her.
small and
she's
adorable, and which is kind of, if you know Ashley, she is like one of the smartest, savvy people. She's like a dolphin. You don't really know, like, because dolphins will mess you up. You underestimate the dolphin. And Ashley is like, you do panels with her, and then she'll do. She seems very shy, but people will go, oh, what's your favorite line from Borderlands 2? And she'll go, fuck bitches, get money. And I'm like,
Ashley.
I'm like, I couldn't say that. But Ashley totally gets away with anything. Burn all the babies. Yeah.
She's absolutely lovely. I have met her a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
she's
her and
genuinely
Anthony are
tiny.
kind of geniuses, the two of them.
On YouTube, you can actually see a panel we did in Virginia. It was actually called Tea Time with Torg and Tina.
I love that panel.
And they literally brought in like tea and crumpets, and we had a tea party panel, and we were in character the entire time. So she was Tiny Tina, I was Torg the entire time. We brought up, as the panel went along, we brought up like John Swayze as Salvador. We brought up Jeremy Lee, who was Gage, you know. And so we kept adding to this. Anthony Birch was in the audience. sort of like we would look to him like for like help, like in the lore of it all. Like, am I right on this? So one of the things I said, which was my favorite line, when you went to the vending machines, Torg would say, "Now go punch a bad guy in the dick," which I thought was funny. But I thought he said "fat guy." Right, so I'm going around telling people my favorite line is, "Now go punch a fat guy in the dick." And he's like, "That's not the line." He's like, "It's bad guy." I'm like, "Well, mine's funnier, Mr. Writer Boy." All right, so.
I distinctly remember watching that panel because there's a bit where Tina's like, "I sent it to your address at Gage at Gagington," and she's like, "I don't live there anymore."
That's the cool thing about Anthony, though, is that if you had a good idea or if you had a funny line, then he doesn't have like a lot of ego with that. He would be like, "We're going with that." Yeah, he is, and oh my God, I don't know what Gearbox is gonna do without that guy, man. Honestly.
I don't either. I have a little faith, but not a lot.
We shall see.
Is there any more audience questions? There is. Hey,
Some audience.
Take it to Jeremy, and then
Jeremy?
take it to that guy.
Is that your name, Jeremy? Jeremy and Jay? All right, on you go. Let's hear it.
Question for all of you. What was your favorite moment, not as the characters, but during like staff outside, just together? What was your favorite moment together, like as the cast?
I can't hear you, man. What?
Sorry. What was your favorite moment as the cast, like during like set and recording and stuff?
Well, we record individually, so we were never really around.
Already around each other. Oh, okay.
But when we get to come to conventions and things like that, we get to see and hang out with each other. So we have really great moments like this.
Yeah.
We get to. But as far as like, walking out of the booth and being able to hang out with the cast, that wasn't a thing. It was just hang out with a bunch of nerds making a video game.
Yeah.
Which was fine. I love video games and I love nerds, but there was none of that. Unfortunately, we don't get to record together. So.
No, it's just sometimes you do something.
No, I wish we did in some ways. Some of that would be a lot of fun, but time, money. We have to go one at a time.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm afraid Balloon Rider is trying to tell us we have to stop. This is probably why he's wanted dead.
One more question.
But we'll take one more question because Dameon says so.
Did Torg ever find love?
What?
Did Torg ever find love?
Love. I don't think he has yet. I hope that maybe as we progress through the screen, there might be some storyline there. I think Torg has found his family, in the Dragon's Peak. He kind of felt left out, kind of feelings hurt. Then he had a real nice fangirl moment, and it all kind of came together and stuff. So at the end of the day, Torg keeps his friends, I think, so. No, yeah, no worries. I don't really need it. Torg really needs his friends. I think he just wants to be a part of the family, and he got to be a part of the family. He just wanted to be included, because he's usually loud and exploding things, and people tend not to include that guy a lot. He just wants to be included. Aww. I know. Yeah. Whatever. Otherwise, I was blowing shit up. I don't feel too bad.
That's why I let you be the gatekeeper, man. I let you be the gatekeeper, and then you got to be in the game because you want to be part of it.
Indeed. That is it.
I think that is all we have time for, I'm afraid. So please give a wonderful round of applause to our lovely guests. Thank you so much for putting up with me and my.
I do have something else.
Yeah.
I have one thing to add. Before we leave, I've been notified very clandestinely, while no one noticed what was happening, that we have a winner in our cosplay contest, and that winner is. Miss Tina.
Thank you.
Speech. You've got a mic in your hand. You need to say some words. Thank the Academy.
Speech? Well, I guess all I gotta say is, real badasses eat chocolate chip cookies, and don't forget to burn all the babies!
Yeah! Right, thank you so much, all of you, for one. And for two, well done to all the cosplayers for the entries.